Welcome to this tutorial. This is what we will be creating today. This is part 2 of the logo design tutorial. Repeat the steps of part 1 up to the point where you convert the text to a shape. When choosing a font, avoid cursive fonts for this. Select the rectangle tool and click on the canvas. In the dialog box, set the height and width to 52. Set the fill color of the square to black and ensure that the stroke is set to none. Copy and paste the square. Select one of the squares and go to Effect, 3D, Extrude and Bevel. In the dialog box, set X to -18, Y to -26, Z to 8 and extrude depth to 52. Select the second square and go to Object, Path, Split into Grid. In the dialog box, set the number of rows and columns to 3 and set the gutter to 2. This divides the square into 9 separate squares. Select all of them and group them together. Copy and paste 2 more instances of the grids. Apply a different color to each grid. Click on the Symbol tab to expand the panel and click and drag each of the grids over the New Symbol tab to create new symbols. Just click OK on the dialog boxes or give each symbol a name if you wish. Select the 3 grids on the canvas and delete them. Select the cube and click on the Appearance tab. On the Appearance panel, click 3D Extrude and Bevel. In the dialog box, click Map Art. From this dialog box, you are able to map symbols to each surface of the 3D shape. Tick the Preview box to get a better view of the surface you currently have selected. The red lines indicate the selected surface. Click the drop-down arrow to access the symbol list. Scroll down and click on one of the grid symbols to apply it to the surface. Use the inner arrows to navigate between the surfaces one by one. Apply the other 2 symbols to the other 2 visible surfaces. Press OK on both dialog boxes. Select the text and ungroup it. Select and delete one of the Zs and cut the remaining one. Open the Symbol panel and double click on the red symbol. Paste the Z and position it on top of the grid. Scale the Z so that it covers a large amount of the surface. Once you are satisfied with the position and scale of the Z, copy it and click the arrow on the top left to return to the canvas. Double click on the blue symbol in the Symbol panel. Paste the Z in front. As the grid is uniform, you do not realize it is actually turned sideways. To ensure the Z appears correctly, rotate it 90 degrees. As you can see, the 2 Zs are now mapped to the surface of the cube. Position the cube in the space left by the Zs. Send the cube to the back. Select the P and the U and group them. Repeat for L and E. Select the P and the U and go to Effect, 3D, Rotate. The dialog box is similar to Extrude and Bevel and the rotation properties are the same by default, so just press OK. Select L and E and apply the same effect. Scale the letters to match the height of the cube by clicking them and dragging the middle anchor point of the bounding box. Position the letters so that they are in line with the edges of the cube. From the Symbol panel, Drag the green symbol onto the canvas and right-click and select Break Link with Symbol. This separates all the squares, so select them all and group them. Make a second instance of the grid. Apply a new colour to the fill of each grid. With the swatch panel open, click and drag each of the grids over the swatch panel and release to create a new pattern swatch. Delete the grids from the canvas. Select the P and the U and apply one of the pattern swatches and do the same for L and E. Because Illustrator is not a 3D simulator, if you try to scale the cube, it will come apart. To avoid this, select the cube and go to Object, Expand Appearance. This will allow you to scale the 3D shape without it falling apart. Finally, just repeat the same steps as part 1 to place the new logo on the template.